multiplication or division of two integers with the same sign produce a positive result, and multiplication or division of two integers with unlike signs results in a negative answer. These rules can be applied to multiplication and division of all rational numbers. To multiply fractions, we numerators and we and then we multiply. Right.
Đúng rồi đó.
To multiply fraction, we multiply the numerators and then we multiply the denominators. The product of the denominator over the product of the product of the numerators of over the product of the denominators is an answer to the problem. Sometimes the answer can be expressed as an equivalent fraction. To divide fraction, multiply the first fraction by the
Đọc chữ hiểu cách làm không vậy? Nó kêu qua
of
multiply.
the second fraction. The rules for multiplying fractions also apply to multiplying and dividing rational numbers. Multiplication of rational numbers. Multiplication of rational numbers is done in the same way as multiplication of fractions. Thus, product of rational numbers equals product of numerators, product of denominators. In other words, if A and B is a fraction and C and D is a fraction, are two rational numbers, then that's just number one, multiply this by this. Remember, there are three simple steps to follow to multiply fractions. Multiply the denominators of the fractions. Multiply the numerators of the fractions and denominators. Multiply the denominators of the fractions. Simplify the fractions if necessary. So if it's necessary, you can do this. Properties of multiplication of rational numbers. Rational numbers. There are properties of multiplication that apply to all the rational numbers. These properties are similar to those of the multiplication of integers, which we have learned in the previous classes.
Muốn đi đâu không? Tại vì chắc phải 7 giờ về.
Closure property of multiplication of rational numbers, the product of
7 giờ 15
any
tại trễ nhất là 7 giờ 20 giờ.
two rational numbers will result in a rational number. This is known as the closure property of multiplication. In general, the closure property states that the product of any two rational numbers is a unique rational number. Oh my god. I do understand. I'm gonna record this 10 times.
Record đi rồi về nghe lại. Cái nào understand thì sẽ hỏi cách làm.
First, if A and B,
Copy rồi
A, B. Yeah, I'm recording it. I'm recording it right now.
Record, copy luôn. Okay.
Uh, uh, the proper first if A and B of A dash B and C dash D are two rational numbers, then this would happen is a rational number. Verification. To verify this property, let us consider the following example. This is an example. Which is a rational number? Commutative property of multiplication of rational numbers. The commutative property of multiplication states that the order in which two numbers are multiplied does not affect the product. That is, if A dash B and C dash B are two rational numbers, then it turns into this. You see. Verification. To verify this property, let us consider two expressions. Yep, we have this. This and this equals this, kind of. Associative property of multiplication and rational numbers. The orders which three or more rational numbers are group 4 multiplication with will not affect the product. This is known as the constitutive property of multiplication. The result will always be the same rational number. In general, the associative property states the order in which the numbers are grouped for multiplication does not change in, in the project. That is if A dash B, C dash D, and E dash F are three rational numbers, then here. Why? I know how to turn. Đáp mạng đi. Đáp mạng đi. Mạng đi, không có cố quảng cáo. Đáp mạng đi. Verification. To this property, let us consider the following expressions. This and this. We have this, and this is equal. And I think